Now what? A purple slime? Come on. Is everything getting corrupted? Well, I can use the slime balls. Hopefully they work as normal slime. Come here. Enough of these guys. Alright. So I wanted to do a little mining down here. Need some materials, so let's get at it.
It's like jumping into the lake at night. Is my love too much? Cause I feel like it's eating me alive. Do you feel the same? Caught up in the way we are made of the same pieces. Color in the gray, all the light you gave is pouring out of me, yeah. Jump into the deep end, give you all my weekends, taking all the back roads. We can make the time slow, betting on a feeling. We keep on reliving as the moon is rising. I will keep on finding. Jump into the deep end, give you all my weekends, taking all the back roads. We can make the time slow, betting on a feeling. We keep on reliving as the moon is rising. I will keep on finding you.
Hey everybody, I'm back. It's a new day for me. I was working on the storage for our storage base last night and just ran out of time, so I worked on it on my own for a bit. I did record some of that in a time lapse, which I'm going to show you. But yeah, I had my original plan that I was going to build a create storage filter system, and I built it and it didn't work. No, it did not. So I went back to the drawing board and I tested out a bunch of different things, which none of those worked. And then I tried out a different thing, which worked. So that was great, but it was an ugly mess. And then I realized my initial thing that I was going to do was going to work. It's just I used the wrong thing. Yeah. I needed to be using smart chutes and I was using brass tunnels, and yeah, I just kind of blew it there. But when I realized, I put it all back together and it works great now. I also went ahead and I threw in the little minecart system, and I'll go ahead and show all of that to you guys now. So here we are. Now we can take a look. There's the system. Ooh. I'll go up this one. You can see some of these have filters. If it has a filter on it, like that, a special filter, those have multiple things they're sorting, whereas this only sorts iron chunks. This one is for zinc. It'll take those zinc chunks as well as zinc ore blocks, which we will also collect. So this is everything I will generally collect in general mining underground. And I can send it all up here into this one quadrant, and it'll all get sorted properly into the areas. Yeah, I added a light overlay to see where spawning can happen. That's interesting. I thought spawning couldn't happen if there was rail tracks. If there were rail tracks there. Yeah, anyway. So here's the system. I have it so that the minecart will come up from the mines, come in over here. We'll stop here and unload everything into this barrel, which puts it onto this chute, which, as long as the system's on, we'll send it on up and around. This right here is the wireless redstone to turn on the system. And there you have it. Let me see. Right here is our cobble. You can see you'll toss that in, and off it goes. See if we can make it here in time. No, probably not. 5, 6, 7. Yep, there it is coming in. Ah, yeah, the hoppers are a little slower, so you can see it trickle on in. Now, why don't I show you what it looks like down below? So I haven't really decorated or anything yet, but this is the basic setup. We have the minecart with a chest so we can store all the stuff in, and then we push the button, off it goes. It'll fully unload itself and then come on back down. This is the area I've been mining out so far. This is a slime chunk in here somewhere, so I slabbed the floor. I was planning on doing this anyway. It saves on torch spam, and I really need to start saving on torch spam wherever I can. Why don't we do a quick little mine, and I'll show you how this works. And here you can see I got some cobble, andesite, iron, redstone, and that's it. So yeah, let's go ahead and send that all up. No, run! There you can see it's offloading. There's the cart with the chest right there, and it's at the mercy of that hopper right there, so it has to go at regular hopper speeds. But there you see it emptied itself and went on its way. Unfortunately, none of the create hopper type items seem to allow a rail to be on top of them, and that's what you need for this setup. So I just went with the old hopper. Maybe I'll figure out something later. But anyway, there we go. Basic storage system. So I've got a lot of projects I want to work on, and quite a few of those early projects I want to work on are kind of bottlenecked by some items that I need, which seem to stem from bones. I need a lot of bones to do a lot of the other things I want to do. So normally I would find a skeleton spawner and create a good skeleton mob farm. Love those. But recently, in the Enigmatica 6 playthrough that I did, where I played about a week, if that, I made a mob farm with Create, and it was an actual mob farm, so it wasn't specified for any kind of mob. And I loved it. I was surprised at the rate at which it was gathering all the loot. So I would normally build a dedicated creeper farm, which I probably still will later in the season, but for now, a mob farm will work perfect for me. So this is going to be the killing area and collecting area. You can see in here, I put a bunch of hoppers, all going to those chests on either side. Mobs will fall from platforms above into this area, into this slabbed area and splat and die, and the hoppers will pick up the loot and sort it away into this chest. Won't exactly sort it, but yeah, you know. Now what I'm gonna do is I gotta build a structure up in the sky. It's I think about 25 blocks above the killing chamber right now, just to make sure that any mobs that fall out will die. And it's gonna be in one chunk. So let me show you guys. The killing chamber itself lies within the chunk. You see? This is the chunk we're going to be working with. The farm will take up this 16 by 16 square. Only the grass and this line right here will be spawnable area up in the sky. So you can tell this portion of the farm right here is in the chunk, but won't allow mobs to spawn up there. You'll see how it all works. So I've got my cam here. He's going to film all this for me, and I'm going to get to building really quick. I got stone steps to take care of spider spawns, sort of. I've got a new idea that I'm going to try with this farm. It's just a slight variation on the one I made in my Enigmatica playthrough, but I think it'll clear up a little. I was getting a little bit of spare spiders hanging out that weren't getting caught up in the system. So I think I can fix that. We're going to see. But here's the basics of it. The platforms are going to be stone, and then I'm going to line it with jasper. That's why I have jasper out here. So let me get some of this material and we can get to building.
Come on, just rock, don't stop. Just rock, don't stop. Hey, heard you want some action. Come on. Hey, I'm on my way. Come on.
We were on top when we were all we got. Even in the winter, we could always get it hot. Certified sunshine, we got it on lock. Loving you forever, ever, until I forgot. I said I need less talk, a little more space, and need to know my feelings, but my words get in the way. I never really think straight, and you walked away. I ain't good at noticing, I know I gotta change. I heard you're back in town, you're coming around. I know I did before, but I'll never let you down. I see you looking my way, I felt the wind change. We can try again and make it summer every day. I know you've been down, I'm still the one in your heart. But we could get together and we'll never be apart. I wanna get down and restart. Everything we do's a work of art.
Hey, baby, heard you want some action. Hey, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, heard you want some action. Hey, I'm on my way. Come on.
I made a friend on the block. He's everything I'm not. Slick like a flame and fresh as easy rock. I said, how do you do it?
Take everything in stride.
When the world don't vibe, you gotta go with what's inside.
I said, break your chains, stop running in place. Throw your inhibitions out with all your song days. I'll get you, girl, make clear your world. Come back, but get out of your head, fool.
Been living in the sun, every day a new one. Feeling brand new, like my life had just begun. I see you looking my way, I feel the wind change. We can try again and make it summer every day. I know you've been down, I'm the one in your heart. We could get together and we'll never be apart. I wanna get down, everything we do is a work of art.
Heard you want some action. Hey, I'm on my way.
We could get together and
Yep. Okay, this is future me talking about past me to future viewers. Yeah, anyway, as you guys saw at the end of that time lapse there, I died. Yep. I got killed by that ninja skeleton, and I was a little frustrated at that point because I'd been dying a bunch, and I just wanted to take a little break to stretch my legs, do a couple things. So I paused it and I went for a break. When I came back, I realized that my cam had been on, which means the world was opened up to LAN, and pause did nothing, and all my gear had despawned. So I lost everything I had, which was also a bunch of material besides my good gear that had been carrying me for quite a while. And yeah, that kind of sucked, but I moved on. And I continued recording and did a bunch of stuff and showed you guys all about the farm and everything. And turns out, in my noobishness, I had forgot to unmute the microphone. So I got a whole bunch of clips with no sound. And rather than put you guys through it, it was a bunch of just, yeah, anyway. So I decided future me would come back in a backup world. So this isn't the world I'm currently living in. This is just a backup of the world after the mob farm had been finished by me. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit of it and how it worked. So we're going to go ahead, jump into LAN world. I'm going to become a spectator. So this is the farm. We have this iron golem in here. Since it's on hard mode, some of these mobs spawn with too much armor, so they survive the fall, and he cleans them up. I probably should have made this a little higher in the sky, but I did not. Now this is the mob spawning area. It's just a rectangle. It's in a single chunk, as I believe I showed you guys. And here, there's the create pad back there that's pushing all the mobs off. So any mobs spawn on these platforms and then they get pushed off every 16 seconds. This is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I did 6 levels on here. You see a spider. Some spiders do get a little testy and don't always like to go down, but for the most part it cleans them up. We go back here. Let's see. That's how it's working. So every 16 seconds, down here, this little system tells it to go push the mobs off. Okay, now I'm in creative mode. You'll see we have a sequence gear shift here. This is what it's doing. Pushing the piston 14 blocks one way and then back 14 blocks. So it pushes it out, knocks off all the mobs, and then comes back in. This is a little clock circuit I made. I thought this was going to break when I left the immediate area, but it doesn't break for some reason. I set it off with a redstone pulse and it just continues. So this is a 15-second delay. This is the main part of the clock here that delays it, 15 seconds, obviously. As the pulse is going around, hits there, 15 seconds, and it pulses out. It goes into there for a second and there for a second. And then after that 1 second delay, it continues on. This had to have a 1 second tick or else it just was going too fast for the system to read it. So that's why I have those there, those adjustable repeaters. The system is able to be turned off. See over here, I have some spare redstone torches just in case I need to reset the farm. Let's take a look at the arms in action. You can see there it is being powered by a windmill. Awesome. Now, something else I might as well bring up. I don't know what's causing this, but this middle one is still in entity form and it doesn't come out of it. So now in the actual Let's Play, I did fix this, but this is the backup world, so it shows that it's still an entity. You can see it delays leaving there when they all become entity form, and it doesn't turn off like the others do. Not exactly sure what's causing it. I had to break the whole thing by breaking that blue area, I guess. No, I broke the piston actually. Because it was still in entity form when it was stopped, so I couldn't break anything but the piston. So if you have any create in your world, maybe take a look with hitboxes on and just make sure everything is working properly, that you got no entities there when they shouldn't be, causing problems with your server. So this is the mob farm. It's looking a little nicer in my reality, I guess you could say, but it works very well. It's still a big ugly box up at the top, but it does look a little nicer overall. So that's about it for now, but before I go, I do have a little bit of a time lapse of just one day of this thing shooting out mobs and them getting killed, and I'll show you guys that on the way out. One thing to note, the farm works much better during the daytime. During the nighttime, there's just too many spawns to stop in this area. I mean, I'm working on it, and maybe eventually, but yeah, nighttime rates aren't that great. As you can see, not much is coming out. But during the day, this thing kicks. It, I don't know, good 20 mobs at a time sometimes, so not too bad every 15, 16 seconds. But yep, you guys have listened to me enough. Let's get on with it.